Here's an interesting one, which is I can only show you by mouse because it's very difficult to use if you don't have a perfect lighting condition. But that one shows you the possibility of painting across the screen. Oh, you see, I hit that bloody arrow. That's an interesting one. On Plateau, I have to have the digitizer for that. Oh, I'm back to this one. Now that one doesn't have color changes, I see. This is a different one. Let's see. That was a good idea. Maybe you cut some of the lights off. Well, some of them, because that would bring you into darkness, and I could be able to change them. Just try that. Try if I could have only these lights on. It's not the intensity; it's the focusing of the light that's important for the organization. So it's the back one that I need to cut off, so as not to have you into lights at all. I have light only here. That was good. Let's try that. Let's see what happens with the. I'll try the digitizer here. Aha! There.
Has this system ever been linked up with outside sources like light that function with the program, sounds, things like?
It can be. It can be. It hasn't. No, it's been linked up with sources like video disk command control. You can command a video disk. It has also been something that I can't show you here because I don't have a Genlock. But if you instead of having a live digitizer, you have a Genlock system. Then what you can do is to have a live video feed, so any real environment, and have the program overlay onto the video feed. And that's very pretty. For instance, the virtual bird idea is very, very nice to use in a bucolic environment where the bird sort of flies through a tree that's real, and you stand there and you sort of call the bird, and the bird comes, and put your hand, the bird lands on your hand, and you flip it, and it becomes ice cream or whatever. This could be very, I'm not getting. One thing I could do, of course, is to. Control it that way. Focusing automatically.
That looks good.
Yeah, that's better. Okay, that gives me a modicum of control. Still have these little clips not there. Okay. Get the other program. Okay. See the difference of rhythm? That's continuous, and then I hit this one and I get this sort of stopping effect. It's all very crude, but it has promises. Would anybody want to try it? I'll try the palisades. We'll see what we get icon out. No, that's too big. It's very hard to use that. I need to have a finer. There we go. Someone has heavy sound. That's nice too. That's a system where your image stays on, and you simply, that we can put sound to as well. So you can create effects by having a multiplication, and of course you can change the rhythm of that, and you could even add this function to the other program that I showed you. Sanborn, no. When I first presented this to John, I presented this on tape. This going into a zone. I presented to him on tape, and he looked like a ball. And but then he came to Toronto, and I made sure that he met the guys who put this together. And he was so excited that he wanted to actually work using this system to do one of his own videotapes. But he wanted to do one which was interactive. And it was interesting because you could see at first his reaction was, "Ooh, I want to touch this interactive stuff. It's going to force me to review all my talent and all my work and all that stuff." You could see that he had this early resistance, but he got won over. And in fact, I think as I know he's coming here for a couple of weeks, if I am here, which I may not be, if I'm in Toronto, I will definitely come and work with him, and I will lend him my system so that he can do something with it, because it will be most exciting to see what he can do. See, what we need, I mean, this is not to say anything neat about your faces, but what we need now is somebody who really has a good aesthetic sense to take over this technology and turn it into something totally exciting. One of the things that Vincent did do, which is interesting, is to make a life-size video game. You can create a dark castle environment, a dungeon, and so you have rooms, and as you walk, the rooms go past you as they were on the film, and then in some corner suddenly appears a little green monster with a sword, and you can actually fight. You take your own sword, and you fight with the monster through the image, and you can either be hit or hit the monster. So you can have a live, you can run away too, and you can have all kinds of things happening. So you can create a virtual environment, which is like, you could just, I assume you could do tourism that way as well. With this system, Patterson? What's his name? Nancy Patterson. Anybody know Nancy? Well, Nancy has a marvelous idea, which she got funding for, which is to make a bicycle for the people, the people who are exercising. She has it's called a video bicycle. And so there's a video in front, and if you turn the bar to the right, the video is attached to a video disc, full speed, and you will actually, you're bicycling into a little countryway. You turn to the right, and you'll go into the right with your bicycle. You turn to the left, you go into the left, and all kinds of things can happen to you. Now that's the kind of idea that I'm talking about. It's possible. One of the things is it's so boring to do a bicycling on this machine without anything to look at. Well, here you are in a situation where you have an electronic countryside. You could do a lot of tourism that way.